जंगल जमीन में सबकी मांगे हिस्सेदारी, यंत्र तंत्र और प्रजातंत्र में सबकी मांगे भागीदारी। सरोकार स्वीकार मांगे, उपकार नहीं अधिकार मांगे।
होश में बोलो, जोश में बोलो, होश में बोलो, जोश में बोलो, होश में बोलो। जय भीम, जय 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 भीम, जय भीम, जय भीम।
In the cultural nationalism that is being pushed, patriotism is seen only as a voice of the cultural nationalist. Everyone is the other, and you have no right to express yourself. There's only one legitimate othering that we can do, is the othering that we do in the pledge that we take, that we taught our children to take when they were starting their life in the temples of knowledge. And we call that space Vidya Alaya, a sacred space. In that sacred space, we said, in their well-being lies our happiness. My dear friends, that's what challenges us to continually to show this mirror up to the government.
So basically, it's a comprehensive report of how the most marginalized sections of this country has experienced the last year. Why we are bringing out such a report? एक है कि हम ये acknowledge करना चाहते हैं कि हमारी देश में बहुत सारे communities and population, लगभग 75 to 80% of the population किसी न किसी तरह की social exclusion को experience करते हैं, and these are structural systematic social exclusion जिसको हमको पहचानने की ज़रूरत है और जिसके ऊपर हमें policies नीतियाँ बनाने की ज़रूरत है. So it's very important to recognize and consciously highlight the concerns of these socially excluded communities. बहुत बार हम जानते हैं कि जब हम भारत शाइनिंग या द नेशन इज मूविंग कहते हैं तो हम देखते हैं कि इन कम्युनिटीज की राइट्स की वायलेशन के ऊपर ही भारत शाइनिंग होती है या नेशन इज मूविंग होती है. तो very many times their rights are violated, so we wanted to really highlight the way in which the community's rights are highlighted for national goals.
The role of civil society, we do believe, is to ask tough questions of accountability of the state and the government, and that's what we are doing. We are very happy that in these difficult times also, I must honestly say that when we were doing this 5 years ago, there were hundreds of groups who wanted to participate and say that we are also part of this initiative. In the last 2 years, when we did the 100 days review and 1 year review, and now there are many people who say that we'll support you from the back room, but not directly. But I think that's our role. We respect their decision, but it's very critical that we continue doing this. पर हम लोगों ने इस बार पूरा कोशिश की है कि 8 प्रदेशों में इसी समय आज ही इस रिपोर्ट को हम लोग रिलीज कर रहे हैं. तो उन साथियों का भी धन्यवाद जो अलग अलग राज्यों में इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज करेंगे. इस पैनल में एक तरह से हमने ये कॉन्टेक्स्ट तो सुना इनइक्वालिटी का, डाइवर्सिटी पर जिस तरह का प्रहार हो रहा है, श्रिंकिंग स्पेस फॉर liberal space for civil society, for dissent, and also the big questions about the social sector. उस पर लगातार जिस तरह के प्रहार हो रहे हैं.
Point again, I looked at the amount of money which is to be coming from the private corporate sector for the housing for the all. Our committee on housing shortage has said that the housing shortage has gone down from 24 million to 18 million because there has been excess vacant houses being produced in the earlier decades, and we thought that there should be some way by which targeting can be focused. We have said 92% of the total housing shortage out of 18 million is in the EWS and LIG category. Now, if I do my calculation, I find 7% of the public sector money is coming in the housing sector. 93% is to come from the private sector. I have not understood how, if the 93% of the housing investment is coming from the private corporate sector, and PMAY is only given, very small, less than 10%, then how can we really meet the target of giving the housing to all, particularly to EWS and LIG category, which officially has been recognized. This government has said, yes, 92% of the shortage is for economically weaker section and LIG category. I personally think that I don't have the outcome indicators for this, but there is total policy confusion, and this certainly needs to be addressed. If people, they would like the government would like the people to take this slogan of Sabka Vikas, Sabka Saath seriously.
कंसोलिडेशन जिस तरह मीडिया में हो रहा है, संकेंद्रण जिसको हिंदी में कहते हैं, वो अद्भुत है, बेमिसाल है, और पूरी दुनिया में इस तरह का कंसोलिडेशन नहीं कहीं हुआ है। इस वक्त देश के कम से कम 40 चैनल ऐसे हैं जो सिर्फ एक बड़े कारपोरेट घराने के कंट्रोल में हैं। लेकिन अगर आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया पर खतरा है तो देश की बड़ी जो व्यापक जनता है, देश का जो बड़ा हिस्सा है, जो वाकई तबाह है, वो आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया पर इस खतरे को क्यों नहीं आइडेंटिफाई कर पा रहा है, या क्यों नहीं वो अपनी असुरक्षा या अपने ऊपर मंडराते खतरे के तौर पे देख पा रहा है। लेकिन आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया को संभालिए। अगर आइडिया ऑफ इंडिया सिर्फ हवाई होगा, सिर्फ आपका हवाई होगा, तो उससे बात नहीं बनेगी। इस पूरे खतरे से जूझने के लिए जरूरत है एक नए सिरे से, नए विजन से चीजों को देखना।
मीडिया और कैपिटलिस्ट वर्ग को इन 4-5 चीजों से कैसे ये सरकार लुभाएगी, और इन चीजों के द्वारा किस तरीके से एक देश में प्रगति हो रही है, देश में विकास हो रहा है, देश के हर प्रांत में, हर सूबे में, हर व्यक्ति को, समाज के हर वर्ग के व्यक्ति को उससे किस तरीके का फायदा मिल रहा है। इस तरीके की एक, अब मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा इल्यूजन उसको कहीं, हो सकता है उसमें कुछ सत्यता भी दिखे, हो सकता है लोगों के जीवन में भी उसका कुछ एहसास हो, कुछ अच्छा अनुभव हो, लेकिन एक जो वातावरण बनेगा उसका ये लोग निर्माण किस तरीके से कर पाएंगे, ये आवश्यक होगा। और मुझे लगता है कि ये 2 विशेष रणनीतियां सरकार की रहेंगी। एक तो सांस्कृतिक रूप से सबको एक करना, और सही बात है, कोई संस्कृति का प्रतीक कोई संस्कार नहीं है, कोई संस्कृति नहीं है, कोई देश नहीं है, वो एक पार्टी और एक पार्टी से जुड़ी हुई एक विशेष सोच है, जिसको हम कभी कभी संघ परिवार कहते हैं। बाकी जो आप एक गवर्नेंस अकाउंटेबिलिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, मुझे लगता नहीं है कि गवर्नेंस अकाउंटेबिलिटी इनके एजेंडा में कोई बहुत आगे है।
Can we agree to the idea of India presented by RSS? If you want to attack left, you attack. People say, oh, the communists, they do not subscribe to the idea of development. I argued inside parliament, outside parliament also. Who said we are not for development? Who said? The development is made by me, my class, the working people. They create wealth. They create wealth. Tell me, who creates wealth in this country when you talk of development? And how the wealth is distributed? And you can come and say, oh, sub-plan, tribal sub-plan, scheduled caste sub-plan. And we have been fighting there should be a central legislation. Why government is not agreeable for a central legislation? Earlier planning commission was there. At least whether it had teeth or not, planning commission was giving instructions time to time how the sub-plan funds must be earmarked. Now Niti Aayog, nobody understands what is Niti Aayog.
Now you look at all the service industries and the privatization of it. You look at the corporations, the privatization of water, and Professor Kundu raised a very pertinent question as to who is going to give sanitation, who is going to give water, who is going to provide electricity. It's very clear. These services, which should be universal services at controlled rates for our people to improve the quality of life, under the BJP government, of course it's not the invention of the BJP, but certainly it has taken it much further. All these services are being privatized and handed over to the private sector. Look at what happened to corporation workers in Delhi. Look at what happened to sanitation workers in Delhi. I found a sentence in this report about the sanitation. I mean, this probably is one of the biggest scandals.
Initially, when Mr. Modi took over the reins of government, he has been using some terminology which pleased me very much. He said, our government is committed to minimum governance, what is minimum government and maximum governance. I said, now I can translate my commitment to the people since boyhood would be possible through this government if they are sincere in what they are talking. I immediately reacted, and I was one of the participants on the day when Prime Minister said minimum government and maximum governance. I immediately thought maximum governance, when it can come up, it must be spread out. My thought went to Panchayat Raj. I said the small little communities, they can spread really governance, and government, that means government at the center will be minimal, they will not be giving.
How HSBC operated as a Hawala merchant also came to light. Various whistleblowers, Herb Ferchiani from France, gave certain lists and names to the government of India. ICIJ came out with various lists of account holders in BVI, in Panama, but unfortunately, till now we haven't seen much on that front, and even the SIT on black money we are hearing is not progressing very well. So as far as the transparency, anti-corruption, all these things are concerned, I personally think, and that's my analysis, that this government has certainly failed, and they really need to, resort to some serious course correction.
It is facts that we have placed before the public, and from the perspective of the marginalized, what the government has performed, I think that has been a major challenge. So first, after all the work that you have done in trying to be here with us,